think we need to find Farley a forever
Look at
home.
that face. Hey, Dawn.
Farley is absolutely adorable, available here at the Surrey Animal Resource Centre. But of course, more important than going, oh, I'm going to go and get a dog, it's finding the right dog or animal for you, because we're looking for forever homes here, right?
Absolutely, and homes that are interested in doing stuff with their pets. So Farley's a 4-year-old golden retriever.
Hi, buddy.
And he was basically living outside in his previous home. And his owners decided, I mean, I think thankfully for Farley, that they really weren't doing enough with him. So Farley is
very affectionate.
He is super affectionate. He's a love. I mean, he's a typical golden retriever in a lot of ways, but he's a puppy in an adult dog body. So he really needs someone who's going to spend the time teaching him how to be a good member of a household.
So at 4 years old, though, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Oh my gosh,
not that he's an old dog, but I mean, he's established already.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but you know what? It's the same for us, right? Learning happens when we're infants, learning happens when we're seniors, and it's the same for animals. It's just a matter of letting the dog know what you want them to do. So we spend a lot of time, and Farley's previous owner had talked about not wanting to break his spirit. And you know, that's such a fallacy, right? Because training isn't about punishment and isn't about no, don't do this, don't do that. It's about please do this instead. So if Farley's jumping up or sort of being rowdy and we want him to do something else.
And this is the calmest he's been for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, because we've been playing. Yes, good boy.
Oh.
So when he sits, I let him, yeah, good job, buddy. I let him have his toy. Instead of using the leash to force him or using my hands to place him, I wait till he does what I would like him to do, and then I reward him, sometimes with a cookie, sometimes with a toy, sometimes with just praise. What a good lad.
And it's good to have a variety of ways that you offer that reward, right? Because if it's just about food, then they get to feeling that they only get fed if they...
Yeah, absolutely, and it becomes a crutch for the owner. You have to rely on food to get your dog to do what you want.
They can gain weight.
Exactly, they can get, and we'll meet Phantom later, who's a little on the chubby side, so we don't want to encourage that, particularly with a young athletic dog, but we want to make sure that what we're rewarding them with is rewarding.
Oh, well, tell you what, I can't imagine anything more rewarding than having this beautiful dog. If you have the space, and if Farley is a great fit for you, you can find out more at the Surrey Animal Resource Centre. Well, next we have Phantom, and we sort of teased before the break, there's a little extra Phantom to love.
Yeah. Phantom is a 7-year-old purebred Australian Shepherd who was owned by an older couple, and they did a lot of work with him. He's got lots of obedience training, he's done agility, but they fell into some physical difficulties and were unable to really give him the exercise he needed, so they loved him with food. And when they got to the point where they realized that wasn't in Phantom's best interests, they brought him to the shelter so we could find him a home that would appreciate how active he is, both physically and mentally. Phantom, hi.
Because he definitely wants to play. He's not been a lazy dog.
Not
in
at
this,
all.
10 minutes we've sort of been hanging out with him.
Not at all. He would be he'd be a happy dog to play fetch, to go back to doing agility with. He does need to lose a little bit of weight before he does some intensive working out. I mean, like us, it's hard on the joints to be a little bit heavy. So he needs someone who's going to understand. You know, I've been giving him cookies this morning, so he's going to get a little less breakfast, and that's how it has to work.
So the same kind of rules apply to humans, right? You want to eat a little bit less or smaller meals, possibly, and exercise lots. So those rules for weight loss for dogs and cats too?
Absolutely, and to ensure that you're feeding, if you're feeding sort of higher value treats for training, that you are understanding that they have a higher caloric value and taking them out of the rations that they're going to get for the day, or using kibble to train. So for a dog like Phantom who really likes food, you can measure out how much food he's going to get in a day and use that throughout the course of the day to train with him and play with him, rather than just allow him to eat and lie around.
So many great tips if you already have a dog that maybe needs to lose a few pounds. Great tips from Kim, and of course there's such a great resource here, Surrey Animal Resource Centre. If you want to add Phantom to your home, give them a call. Well, look at this cute little guy. You know, they have everything from bunnies to guinea pigs to birds. They've got everything here at the Surrey Animal Resource Centre, but the key is finding the perfect fit for someone's home. Tell us a little bit about this guy, Porter.
So this is Porter. Porter is a 1 to 2 year old male Doberman Pinscher. Porter came into us as a stray, and you'll notice, I mean, he's still pretty skinny right now. When he came into us, he was just a bone rack. He was absolutely emaciated. His skin was all a mess. He was in really, really rough shape. So the staff have spent a lot of time and energy getting him physically back into condition. He's been with us since June 11th, so we're going on 4 months. And for a young, super active, super smart dog like Porter, it's very, very difficult to be in the shelter for this long.
Not an apartment dog.
Not an apartment dog, very barky.
Yep.
One of the things that drives other dogs crazy about Porter is his play style, and a lot of it is that barking. So he's not a great dog for a dog park, not because he's not social, but because he's the guy who's going to blast in
Pretty rambunctious.
And set everybody else off.
Look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
Important to play with a dog and be active with this dog.
Absolutely, active both physically and mentally. So Porter right now,
He likes to.
see, activity. Oh,
not.
Well, and one of the reasons we have Porter.
Hi, buddy.
Porter, hey.
There
One
we
of the
go.
reasons we have no kids listed on Porter's profile is that what you just saw, the face punching. So everybody who works here has been punched in the face by Porter. It's not aggressive.
I'm glad I fit in with the group.
Yeah, you're one of the crowd now, Dawn. You're a regular. But he does do that. So it's not aggressive. It's just rambunctious and mannerless. So for small kids or even adults, smaller adults, Porter's really too physical a companion for them. So we want to make sure that we have someone who can meet his physical exercise needs, but also his mental needs. Because he's not the kind of dog that you're just going to run into tiredness. You're going to have to work his brain. And you're going to have to work on developing a little bit of an attention span. Because right now, Porter's attention span is that of a goldfish. So he's going to need lots of really short, really fun, positive training episodes to get him to the point where he can work with his handler.
What a great addition to your home, potentially. You definitely got to have the energy to keep up with Porter. For more details on Porter and any of the animals here, you can check out the Surrey Animal Resource Centre.
So I gave some to my dog when he began to beg, and then he licked his bowl and he looked at me and did a wild thing on my leg.